Hey, good morning, Marana and Oro Valley. Marana Oro Valley Experience M.O.V.E. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We're going to jump right into it. I've got my good friend, long time. We don't have to tell this story, I guess, every time we get together, but you and I have known each other we were kids when we met.
Exactly. Back in the early 2000s, 2003, I don't know.
2000, it was.
2003,
Yeah, it was probably May of 2003-ish.
Yep.
We wouldn't be off a month or two.
Yep.
Edgar Soto is back.
I'm back.
Big news.
Yes.
Big news.
Yes.
And thank you for holding it till today.
No, for
sure.
So
you can jump in at any time. You can share whatever you want to share.
Yeah.
We've got about 25 minutes. David's going to be here with the I can't think of the farm, Andrew's farm at 9:35ish. But share with us what's going on in the Soto world.
First of all,
preface it any way you want.
Well, first I got to say this. I think I need to kind of make a comment or say something about that big sign behind you.
Let's do it. Our good friend
without raising taxes. Vote yes on 418, 419. Yeah.
Our good friend Ted Maxwell just dropped by. The General Maxwell just dropped by, and we're going to have him back. I know there's a lot of pro and con about this, but for the record, it's behind me. I stand by this 100%.
No, so do I. I mean, I think, anybody who just wants economic impact, good jobs, and we need to have roads that when businesses, industries, they come here and they're driving around, they need to know that they can get from place to place and have nice roads. And it's not just fixing potholes. It's really,
In fact, this doesn't fix potholes.
It doesn't fix potholes,
This builds more road. It builds
infrastructure.
A Tangerine Road, Cotero. That's what this thing builds.
Yeah,
we got a lot of potholes.
Yeah,
especially south of River.
Yeah, no. So there's something about like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Food, shelter, safety. This is kind of like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs of what we need to do if we want to grow economic impact in Southern Arizona. We need the infrastructure. We can't build it.
I'm the first to admit this is not perfect.
Yeah,
it's nothing. Nothing
exactly
is perfect. But this really, and I'm going to be selfish here now. And maybe I shouldn't spill the beans, but everybody knows it. It really, really, really benefits Oro Valley, Marana, and Oro Valley says no. It's not really benefiting us, but it really is, because if you're fixing Tangerine, if you're fixing the new Moore Road exit, which I hope to happen, Cotero, that's how those of us that live in Oro Valley get around.
Well, I mean, I think the other part is that I think sometimes people get real territorial with their counties, with their districts. Hey, this doesn't help and they don't see the big picture.
Right.
Like what's good for Pinal County is good for Pima County. What's good for Pima County is good for Santa Cruz County, Cochise County, Graham, Green. Like all these things kind of intertwine, and we're much better when we kind of work together and understand we're going to be going, East Coast. I mean, you've got counties right on top of each other, so all this stuff matters. So it's important that we start here. And
Edgar, you and I have had this conversation numerous times, but isn't that kind of where we start building relationships and building neighborhoods and building communities or strengthening? These things are built, so strengthening the community, because you're the director, right, of the Southern Arizona.
I'm the chair of the Southern Arizona Sports Tourism Film Authority.
How many counties is that?
That's 6 counties.
See,
that's 6 counties.
That's the best way to me is to build some of these bridges we need to build.
Well, I think it's happening.
Together.
So it's happening. So you look at the Southern Arizona Chamber, right, where Sun Corridor and Metro merged together, and they call it Southern Arizona now. And then also the Southern Arizona Hispanic Chamber, right? I think people realize that. I think at one point we were really territorial, like we didn't want to work with other counties and stuff. But I think now people are starting to see the big picture, and you got to paint that vision. Here's what's possible if we do this the right way.
We'll come back to that when we're off camera. I want to share a story. But now, hey, have you got a drum roll in there, Shay?
Shay. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. And then give us a ding when he's done.
So, okay. Well, I ran for Pima County Supervisor, District 3, and I tell people I took a silver medal, right? I didn't win it. But you know what they say, you win or you learn, right? So learned a lot from that. And I realized that, there's a lot of complex problems here in our state, in our country, in our world, and they can't be, fixed on an individual basis. You need people that are willing to get in the arena and fight for what's right. American ideals and doing things in our state that's going to create some economic impact. Where, in my experience with being at Pima Community College for over 29 years, and to this day, I still teach a class there. I teach a college readiness class because I want to stay in touch with the students and find out what really matters to them. And I've been doing this for 29 years, and it's always the same thing. People want the same stuff. Just on the basic human level, people want to love and be loved, and they want their life to matter. Now, with that, we're offering these classes at Pima and pathways towards good jobs with livable wages so students and people can live lives of meaning and purpose. So I think all of us agree on that. We want pathways to good jobs. So with that, we've had some challenges at Pima as far as, we've had some federal grants that TRIO Upward Bound grants that have disappeared, right? We still have 5 there, but these grants were lifelines for a lot of people, and they supported students from low income, first generation college students. And so what I've realized that in order to facilitate change in a human being, 3 things have to be in existence, right? You have to have proximity to people, proximity to information, and proximity to events. And that's what these grants did, right? They gave people that might not have that access to some of the stuff, because there's a lot of talented people out here in Southern Arizona, and some of them don't have access. And these grants helped with that access, helped them navigate it. And it's for all students, right? Doesn't matter, minority, black, brown, anything. It's low income, and it's people that might have access to this information. And so losing these grants really kind of had a tough impact on me, because I've seen them firsthand for years that really do a lot of good. People come back, and say, hey, this was a game changer for me. Like Juan Ciscomani was part of this, was part of a TRIO grant, and I think his wife was involved. And I remember I met one of another congressman, I think Tony Gonzalez from Texas. I don't know if it was him or his mom was, part of these grants. They're important to help, 100%. So when that went away, and I'm starting to think, well, I could probably sit back and complain about things, or I could do something about it and get in it. And so I decided, and I've been going back and forth with this a lot, because there's a lot of different factors that come into play, that I'm going to run for state senate in LD 17, which is this area. It's, or a little bit of Oro Valley, a little bit of Vail. So, I'm excited to take this on. I know it's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging, but I think, that I'm somebody who is willing to work with anybody, work across the aisle, and most of all, listen to people. I don't, of course I might have my personal thoughts and things I want to do, but the real service is listening to your constituents and your communities, and seeing what's impacting them, what's going on that they need some kind of guidance, or what can I do with these different bills and statutes that are going on. And so I decided to throw my hat in the ring.
I can vouch for what he just said, because going back to maybe even late summer of 25, you and I, again, these 20 plus years that we've known each other, we have a respect, and we share a lot of stuff with each other, because we're friends and colleagues. And I know that you wrestled with this right up till a few weeks ago.
Oh man, I was going back and forth.
A lot of prayers, I know.
No, a lot of prayers. Yeah, a lot of prayers. And you want to hear the true story of how this happened?
Well, of course I want to hear the true story of how this happened.
So I was going back and forth, right? And I literally, I had a group that was kind of recruiting me and trying to, help me decide if I was going to run or not. And I was like, well, sent them an email. Hey, thank you, but I've got a lot of things I'm working on. I don't think I'm going to run. And they're like, hey, hold on, think about this. We'll give you till the end of November. Just think about it and see if you can. And I had some people calling me and hey, you should, all this and that, and people saying, hey, I don't know if you should. And so I was going back and forth. So I was kind of praying out loud. I was like, Dad, help me out. My dad passed away back in 2006. And And my dad was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps, and I've never, I pray every day, but I'm really not one that prays out loud and asks for some guidance. So I said, Dad, give me a signal. If something, what's going on? Like, shouldn't I, Dad? What should I do? And so I put that out there in the universe, right? And I get to work that day, and I get a text, and it's from this guy Adrian Fontes, and and I'm like, wait, is this the real Adrian Fontes, Secretary of State? And so then I was like, yeah, you can call me up, and he calls me up about an hour later, and he's like, hey, Marine, he's a Marine also. Hey, you should do this, man. We need you, this and that. And where are you at with this? 50-50. I don't know. He's all, well, what do I need to get you to 100%? And I'm like, well, you just did. So, here it is, like, prayer things or whatever. And so, it really just kind of said, okay, I need to listen to this, and this is something. And it was what was interesting about it is that I'd been, I don't want to say stressing, because I don't stress. There's things that you can stress about. I was just, had some anxiety. What should I shouldn't do this? As soon as I made that decision, took a deep breath. Oh man, okay, this feels right.
You're at peace with.
I'm at peace with it because
your decision.
Yeah, with your decision, and so. And even after, but there's some things that, that I wasn't sure about, but this was just an important thing, that I think that, if I'm going to serve and do things, I've been here for a long time, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest, I'm the best, but, there was some things that happened where, other people had opportunities, and a lot of people had chose me to do this. So.
Those that serve, I've discovered this. I'm not going to go all down a rabbit hole on this, but those that serve actually are the most rewarded. And I can verify it. But those that serve the most people are the most rewarded and compensated, and typically the most happy and content people I know. And if you start thinking about those, and I'm not talking about just political, I'm talking about business. If you've got a huge client base, are you not compensated for that?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Look about how many people they serve, because they're serving people. I always use that as an example. So the more people you can serve, you talk about throwing those prayers up. I walk around talking out loud to our Father, my Father, our Heavenly Father. I know people are thinking I'm just the old guy that's losing it, which they might be right, but I'm just throwing up those prayers all day long.
Yeah.
You know why? In my own ability, I'm just not capable enough. But with that power and the power of those around me, staying engaged in that, I am.
Yeah. No, yeah, but the thing is, you gotta be willing to listen too, because here's sometimes you're feeling the pull one way or another, and you go against it, and you gotta believe, you gotta trust that if you put your heart and your thought into prayer and to what you're trying to do, but you gotta be willing to take those chances, and this is scary, and be honest with you, like this is, it's not something that I'm 100% comfortable with, right? And so. That also made me realize this is something I should be doing, because you need to be doing things that make you uncomfortable, because there's a lot going on out there, and people have become so polarized, both sides, that,
especially politics. The stuff I do is scary. The politics stuff is really next, because I work with a lot of politicians, a lot of leaders. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's tough.
Well, the thing that I want to be accessible to everybody, not just my constituents that live in my district, but like I want to learn. Like I don't know everything, right? And I do my best with what I know. But when I know better, I need to do better, right?
Right.
And so I think Maya Angelou had a quote, something to that effect. But here's the other thing. We all make mistakes, right?
Yep.
We've done things but it's not okay to keep making the same mistake, right? If there's something that I made a decision because of what I knew, and then I realized later, well, you know what, that.
Well, haven't we all done that as we grew?
And we need to be able to say, you know what, oh man, I screwed that up, but I'm going to be better now because I know better now.
I think
right?
we've all done that, especially as you get age behind you. You go, even if you know what, it might have been right at the moment. You might have been, but you change, you grow. The circumstances change. Well, you've got to be able to be flexible and grow. I always say, don't compromise your core beliefs ever. but you need to be able to work with people, which means you got to compromise. It's real people-y out there. You know that? And if you want to be successful in building whatever you're building, a business or a community or whatever, you need to listen to everybody has a say.
Yeah.
And that's the tough part, because that means you got to put your ego aside.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you're disagreeing with somebody, Edgar, you still have to put your ego aside and not make them feel inferior as far as, because everybody counts in my book.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's your neighbor that we're supposed to love, right?
Exactly. And that's, one of the things I think the reason I've been at Pima for so long, right? Over 29 years. And, of course, I've made some mistakes, but I've always treated students like my own two boys. I got two sons, and I treated them like I'd want them to be treated. I've always treated my employees like I'd want my mom, my sister, my brother to be treated. And usually if you're behaving that way, you're usually making good decisions. And so, if we treat our citizens, if we treat our communities, people like you'd want your old loved ones to be treated, most of the time you're going to be making the right decision, right?
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
Okay.
So
we got about 5-6 minutes left. So I want to, for full disclosure, Edgar's going to be back Friday at
9:30.
9:30-ish. Following the Bob Elliott show. I'm so excited that Bob's on our team. Man, what a good human being.
Man, that guy has some stories. Yeah, I heard him when he had where were we at when he got with I'm forgetting the basketball player that we went.
Julius.
Oh, Julius Irvin. Dr. J. And I went to hear him speak, and
we're going to go see
awesome.
Tony Dungy here.
I'm excited about that.
3 weeks, I think it is roughly. Bob. We're going to be right on that right after Bob's show. So 9:35-ish, 9:40. And if you got questions for Edgar, go ahead, text it, send it to me, call us. Again, I want to, on 4/18, 4/19. This will be up for some of the hosts. It probably will not be up for all the hosts. We don't drive you got to do everything the same way around here, by the way. So Edgar, I'm excited. We were talking off camera. I got some pretty tough questions. I got some tough questions for you.
And I'll tell you this, Clint, we might not agree on everything.
I don't think. Matter of fact, if we do, then that makes you a most unique person on the planet.
But the thing that we can do is we can have a conversation. And tell me why. So I don't know if we're going to break, but I got a quick story. I want to share with you.
You didn't know, we're going to go to break, and then we're going to let David and Andrea jump in here. But tell your story.
Okay, so when I was running for office in the primary, I was out at one of the voting locations, and I ran in. I was giving my card to everybody. Hey, vote for me. And I gave my card to this guy, and he is wearing a hat that said, F Joe Biden. And if you vote for Joe Biden, this was when Joe Biden was still in the race, even before Kamala Harris and all that stuff. So him and I, and I was giving him my card, and he's all, you Democrat or Republican? I said, I'm Democrat. And he just starts going off on me, and just, him and his wife, and they're this and that. I'm like, hey, I was in the Marine Corps, this and that. And I listen to him, and he gives me his thoughts on something, and I'm like, all right. And so we talk for about 45 minutes, right? And so I go back, me and my buddy Ernesto, we're putting up a sign, and he comes around, and he says, you know what? He says, I'm sorry I got so fired up, but I'm just passionate. I said, no, that's okay. And he's like, but you know what? If you show up in the general, I'm going to vote for you. And it made me realize, even someone, if they have an opportunity to just have a conversation, not get defensive with each other, you might find some things you agree on.
See, that, and I'm probably blowing your cover now.
Okay.
Because I have a mutual friend, and we are going to transition out of here. But we have a mutual friend. His name is Rick. You know who I'm talking about. We were talking. You were on one of the first times you were on when you were running for office, and he called me after it was over, or text me. I don't remember. And he goes, is Edgar a Republican? I'm like, no, he's a Democrat. But you're one of the most moderate people I know, which is, that's almost a dirty word, unfortunately. That's why I hate to throw that out there for you. But you know what? We need more people. You know why we've got that? We've gotten so far in the gerrymandering that you don't have to run a person that's willing to get along. You can run an extremist in both sides of this thing. And being a registered independent, for me, it's a breath of fresh air that somebody's going, look, I don't know everything. I'm willing to just be me. So I'm going to give you the last word, and we got to jump out of here.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just, like I said, and that's what you're going to get with me. I'm going to be genuine, authentic, and I know I don't know everything, and I'm a lifelong learner. So
Amen.
I have a lot of experiences and a lot of life experience and a lot of really good relationships with people on both sides of the aisle, independent, and I just want to serve, and if our electors decide I'm the one, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to be accessible. I'm going to listen to you, and I'm gonna represent my constituents.
And I'm going to be bugging him all the way through.
Exactly. Yeah, I would be offended if you didn't.
Yeah. What's the matter? Well, I always tell people that.
Yeah.
If I'm engaged with you, or I use the word growl, but I'm not. You've never seen me really growl. I can, but if I'm not really like pushing you and engaged with you, then that's when you need to be concerned.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just like when a coach is yelling at you, it's because he thinks you got more in you.
When you quit yelling at somebody, you were done, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just find somebody new. Edgar, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Take us to break, Shay.
Hey everybody, it's Chris.
Hey, it's David Samarano.
Hey guys, it's Clint Peak over here.
Hi, I'm Blair Lametti Mathias.
And I'm Summer Smeaton.
Hey, I'm Ron Arenas.
And I'm Will Pena. Hey guys, I'm Mike Curry.
And I'm Mike Bader.
Hi there, I'm Bruce Ash.
Hi, Ed Wilkinson here.
Hi, this is Bob Elliott.
We are Live the Dream Media. Watch and listen to all of our shows Monday through Friday, only on the Live the Dream Media Network.
Does your ordinary radio feel a little limited? If you're looking for a new way to listen, it's time for a fresh start. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app, your premier destination and a new level up for digital radio. Over the last 2 years, we've found new ways to ensure your digital radio experience is the best it can possibly be. From live podcasts that spark new perspectives to a 24/7 soundtrack of live music, and even our built-in merch store. We've built a platform that is convenient, high quality, and simple to navigate, but we're only just getting started. Catch all of our shows weekly and join the Live the Dream Media family today and help us change the airwaves forever. Download it for free on the App Store or Play Store today. Live the dream. The dream starts now.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday Mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Marana Oro Valley Experience. Clint Peak and I have switched out. We like to take time to divide the episodes and bring on as many people as we can. And our schedule's been getting kind of dense, and we're blessed for that, and we're really grateful for that. And thank you to all the listeners and viewers. Today, I have a special person that I grew up with and went to school with, and Andrea Miller. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm good.
Welcome to the studio for your first time. This is your first podcast?
First podcast. I'm glad it's with you. It's very cool that you have done this. It's been awesome to watch your journey.
Oh, thank you. We got a great team. I think I can do things pretty good, but the rest of the people here are so much better than me. So I gotta give them credit, you know. And,
Right.
You just jumped right in. I mean, usually people will go and do like just the audio, maybe they'll record it on their phone or different things. You just like, we're like, hey, it's video and audio. It goes on all kinds of platforms.
Yep.
Are you in? And you said, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, go big or go home. You do something that you're passionate about, you want people to know about. Let's do it.
And you've done that.
Yeah.
So give us a backstory on Andrea for the listeners and viewers. Who are you and how did you get to the farm?
So, I'm a third generation farmer. My family has been in Marana my entire life. I left for about 18 months to go to Phoenix. Wasn't for me, learned a lot, met some great people, but just like I said, I would never end up back here, and here I am. I am grateful to be here. The farm is special to me for so many reasons, but it's a little farm in Marana, obviously right down the street from where I grew up. But more importantly, the woman who we got this property from, she taught me how to cook. She taught me how to garden. Like, I grew up on this property and always saying, oh, I would love to one day have this place. She has 2 children. They never had any kids. They're older. And finally, the opportunity came about, what are we in? We're 26, January of 2020. And my husband and I, we did it. We went all in. Scary, of course. Opening a small business and then COVID happened.
I was to say you did it during COVID. We did it too.
Intense. So there's been a lot of like really high highs, some super low lows, and everything in between. Working with the public is fantastic. It's scary. It's horrible. And everything I could imagine and so much more.
Yeah.
We are so grateful we did it. Kind of incorporating. So Miller Made Events is where we opened about 17 years ago, and it started as a decoration and an event planning services. I loved weddings, events, all the things. So when we opened the farm, my husband's like, I'm so tired of you hauling all these items, all these other places in Southern Arizona. Why don't we just have a wedding venue here and do it here? And that's kind of how it came to be. So the farm itself, we opened in October of 2021 for events, and we've been doing them ever since. But Miller Made Events, we're much older. We have all these props, decorations, all this design experience that we've done for years now. And I couldn't be more thankful to have it at a place that means so much to me, where I came from. It's who I am. It's everything to me.
Entrepreneurship will break you down.
Ugh.
You know, you talk about the highs and lows, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I mean, it's like a lot of things in life, right? We always get caught up in how we're supposed to be in this sustainable spot of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Right, which is like, let's say it's level 5, but we'll get there, and then sometimes it's just a flat drop, just straight down to 0, right? Like,
Yeah.
And it takes energy, and then you got to motivate yourself to get back up to 5 again for however long that's going to be.
Absolutely.
And I don't think people highlight that enough. That there is, as an entrepreneur, you can't establish this flow, right? But it's up and down, like,
Absolutely.
a lot, and you got to be able to work through that. So you've been pointing that. I'm like, and then you started in COVID. So it's like you started an event venue. And at that time, people were kind of.
Yeah. The first few events, we had half the people ask our staff, like, are we supposed to wear a mask? Do you have a mask? There was so many like things to figure out. And we work for you. So bride and groom, you hire us, you tell us, what do you want us to do? And that's what we'll do. That's just how our team works. We have a fantastic team, like you said. We've got bartenders, night managers, day staff, cleaning staff. They're fantastic. Without all of them, I couldn't do this by myself. Like, that's just the basics of it.
What type of events do you guys do there? I know you said weddings. Is there anything else?
So we primarily do weddings. We've had some corporate events. We do baby showers. We've had a few like retirement parties, celebrations of life, ultimately anything. We get tons of questions, of course, on inquiries. How many can you hold? All of the things. So we are an indoor-outdoor space, and if you're willing to do indoor and outdoor, essentially we don't have a max. People will bring in tents sometimes for the big corporate events. Otherwise, more of like weddings in this day and age, because I think it's based off of affordability, all the things. We're usually somewhere around like that 150, 175 mark on the weddings. Baby showers, they're always smaller, 50, 75 people, somewhere kind of in there. Celebrations of life, we've had some that are 40 people and some that are 200 people. So any kind of event, but primarily weddings, just for, I guess that's where we started and that's what we're known for now. And we branded that.
How do people learn more about the farm?
So you can go to our website. It's thefarmmarana.com, and you can see video footage. You can see different packaging. You can see photos, all of our space, how we've used it, and everything on that. As far as decor inventory, that is things that we own. I would not put on there something like, oh, these centerpieces are fantastic. Well, you can buy them elsewhere. Nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what we're going to talk about is a cool new event you're doing this year. And I'm going to send this to Shay in the Slack system here. Hey, Shay, I'm going to be sending you a graphic if you could pull it up when we start talking about it here. It is not me wearing the mullet shot. I'm so sorry. That almost went to you. That would have been funny. Maybe I will send that one day. I don't know. I'm not scared about it. Here we go. Da-da-da. All right. I just uploaded it in there. It should be popping up. So we've got a Valentine's Day event coming up, which is really, really cool because you said that Valentine's Day is on a Saturday this year.
It is. So
which is great because those ones that are like right in the middle of the week or
on a Tuesday.
Oh, it's chaotic.
It is.
It really is. And this one's cool. It's got a not-for-profit involved with it. So if you want to dive into a little more, what's going on?
The nonprofit portion, Warrior Built, it's incredible. Nick Ham is the founder. He is a 20-year combat vet. He wanted to create something after he retired as first sergeant where people could come together and still share that camaraderie, the commitment, the loyalty, that unrelentless to never give up. So he's created this vocational and recreational therapy where if you want to come in, he has a garage and it's in Lake Elsinore, California. They're doing more things in Arizona. They are all over. If you want to come in and learn about fabricating, if you want to learn to be a mechanic, if you want to do it as a hobby or you want to do it as a career, he has so many avenues where you can get into that. The rec side, he's taking people yearly to the Baja 1000 who all these combat vets, they've came together to build these machines, to service them, to just be there. Some are riders, some are just there for the journey, just to do something that they feel passionate about and it's productive. It's something, I mean, it's truly, truly incredible to this whole foundation. It's amazing, which is why we've chose them because it's near and dear to all of us. Every one of us knows a combat vet that has struggled at some point, and to have a way to let their feelings, like everything out in a productive manner, it means so much. So that's why we picked Warrior Built.
I understand. It's great. Great work, Nick.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Nick and the team, there's a lot of people behind the scenes. Now, jumping back to our ball, we've decided to do the Valentine's Ball.
And I do have it on the screen for us here, so people
you guys can kind of see like what we're going to offer. Tucson doesn't have something like this. So I'm like, why not? Let's do it. Let's jump in. It's a Saturday. You can come and enjoy. We have some tables, like a group of people that we play pickleball with. They're going to come, just enjoy it, do something off the courts. We have different local businesses. It's a great way for you to get that tax write-off and maybe appreciate your top 5 employees and their families, their dates. Just come out and do something different. There'll be live music, DJ. We're having a fortune teller, caricature. We're going to serve a nice meal. Gentlemen, you don't have to worry about that reservation, especially it's on a Saturday this year. So if you don't have it, you're probably not getting it. And again, like the company we're working with, it's Atlas Catering here in Tucson. We do support local as much as we possibly can. They're fantastic. And that's why we chose them to do the meal.
What's on the menu?
So it's all these fancy terms, but there's steak and shrimp. Bunch of different past appetizers. You will get desserts, all the things, the works.
Yeah. And it's all, I love the fact that you brought up dudes and not, trying to book it. I'm sure right now bookings are probably pretty slim because I've gone on like Open Table before and tried to do a Valentine's Day and they're like, all right, buddy, good luck. Nothing available.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
on a
now
Tuesday.
Take it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Now this is great. So February 14th at 6 p.m. That flyer's right there. That QR code is live. So if you want to if you're watching on YouTube or any other platform on video, on a TV, and you want to just, scan that and get your tickets going, make it happen. I mean, this is a great concept. You said it doesn't exist yet.
Nope.
So, I mean, having this special exclusive event on Valentine's Day, I mean, that's a good sell if you're a guy wanting to really separate yourself from the flock here.
Yeah, it's something different. It gives you like a reason to dress up. Some are, of course, I'm sure going to go way formal. You don't have to do crazy formal.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been to a gala. This is just something a little more elevated, but not so fancy.
And you're out in the country too. There's something special about that.
different.
I mean, I think people really like Marana because it's out in the
Exactly.
country and you see the farm fields and all that work being done around. You said there's a fortune teller or something?
There is a fortune teller coming.
Okay, what else you got going on? I know
we have a caricature coming.
What is that?
So that's like you go to the fair and you and your wife sit and you have your picture drawn and you look ridiculous with these big bubble lips, this crazy hairdo, you know. But it's fun. It's just something different. What I tried to do with this is create something that everyone could enjoy. Like the women, sure, they're probably going to like the caricature a little more. The guys can have a few drinks, hang out with some other guys that you're not like in this hostel being pushed off of a table for Valentine's Day to get the next guy in.
Yeah.
It's a little more relaxing. We do have the live music is Jack Bishop, another local guy here in Marana. He brings a great crowd, has a great sound. So
that's
great.
Great.
We're excited.
And this is a no kids event.
This
right?
is
We
no
should
kids.
Just disclose this that you can't bring your kids to this
No
one.
kids.
Especially even if they
also-
want their fortune told.
Yeah, no. So it's 21 and over. We have so we're selling tickets obviously for the meal. It's an elevated meal, so it's not like a show up day of. Tickets will be closing just so we can ensure that quality meal that we've promised here. But yes.
And the spots are running out.
Spots are running out.
You're
We are
selling
so
faster than
excited.
you had anticipated. And we were
Yes.
kind of like, yeah, there's not much left.
Yes,
So
and
you
there's
better...
so many people like, you know, like with anything, oh, we'll get our tickets, this and that. And I really don't want them to miss out, but I'm super excited that it's going as well as it is.
If they don't order online, they're kind of...
You're out.
You're out.
Yeah.
So you gotta pre-order online.
You
or
got to
can't
order them.
walk
You
up.
got to buy them. Yeah, it's not a just show up. And tickets, we will be closing those.
So this is the call to action moment on today's show.
Yeah.
You should go and take care of that so you're not left behind, dudes.
And on the QR, obviously you can buy your tickets. There's a full event info, so it's a detailed invitation, has all the things that maybe the flyer isn't including. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's exciting. I'm really excited for this event.
Thank you
I hope
so
to
much.
see more out of it. So let's get back to you.
Ugh.
What were you doing before you jumped into running your own show?
So I was doing, like I've been doing the Miller Made events, the wedding planning, all of that. In the midst of that, I became a mom, got a real estate license. So that's kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
My husband is amazing. Without him, honestly, I would have never even bought the property. Day came, he's like, well, you've talked about it and now it's here. We should do it. We just had my son. I'm like, oh, the timing, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And we did it. So that's just me. Like I am from Marana. I'm proud of it. I'm excited to see all the growth and the changes that are happening out there. A lot of it is, you know, interesting, I'll say. I don't want to say scary because it's good. Growth is great.
Yeah.
But growth is hard. It comes with change. And people, myself included, change is hard.
Yeah. It is hard. And, you know, getting into that, I think a lot of people were sold some bad info, you know, and it's like it's fine, you know, it's going to go to the voters, right? The council had said, yeah, we want this to happen and everything. And, you know, I think about you and your family, and I talk to people all the time, you know, they're like, hey, how do you feel about these things? And, you know, I had disclosed in the past that the old, and my partner too, the old version of those data centers and how they were built, that was a no-go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now seeing how they've revolutionized them to work a certain way, and the power companies and everybody involved have said there's not going to be any increases. There's actually probably not going to be anything. They're actually be generating power to the grid. So I thought that was interesting. But you know, I talk to people often, and I go, okay, there's a lot of people focused on now and focused on how they feel and how it's going for them, and which I think is a bad habit, right? I think if we're not thinking about our kids, we're doing a really big disservice to the future of this country, right? And to this area. And so when we talk about growth, I think about the opportunities for the kids, right? I don't want to see my kids leave,
right,
to go work somewhere else after college. You know, we've had interns come through, and I'm like, hey, what are you going to do after this is over? Where are you going to go? What's the job prospect list look like when, you know, that they're giving you from the counseling office? And they're like, there's nothing. Unless we want to work for the government, a school, or Raytheon. I mean, that's pretty much it. And you're like, man,
I know.
that's a hard pill to swallow. And it's like, you know, people go, oh, we want different things to be here. And it's like, well, what else, what would you want here? That would have an economic impact like that.
Right.
I mean, it's an interesting thing. And I'm going on a rant on it because, you know, we have this platform, but we're both talking about, we want the same thing. I think a lot of people want the same thing.
Right.
And it's just, how do we get there and do it in a safe way?
And I mean, bottom line, we're never going to please everyone.
No.
Think about the opportunities and the growth. You and I grew up out here.
Yeah.
Gladden Farms, they had just bought it. There wasn't one house when we graduated high school.
Nothing.
Look at that place now.
Yeah. And it's beautiful.
There.
It's
It's
beautiful.
incredible.
Yeah.
And to know like, oh, we're going to have, you know, whether it's everybody's fixated on this data center right now. And if it wasn't the data center and they were going to put a Walmart where they thought the Target should go, they'd be fixated on that. I mean, you just you can't please everybody. Do the best you can, give it all you got, and hope for the best.
Yeah. The one thing that irks me about this whole thing is the people behind everything aren't from here.
I have said that my entire
I'm
life.
like, that's concerning. Why are
Right.
you guys trying to stop people from growth from happening here? Right. And then you look at it's all tied to California and they don't want jobs going to Arizona. Right. It's like
Exactly.
a fight for territory. And
Right.
it's like, yeah. So, but yeah, growth is important. You're right. I remember when, you know, Silverbell was one lane.
One lane, it was dirt. It was the whole thing. It's crazy.
It was crazy. And then you look at everything now and you see families playing at the park and doing different things. And I have a lot of friends that live out in Gladden Farms and they get excited when they hear there's something else coming because, you know, usually you got to jump on the freeway and drive 20, 25 minutes to go and get something. So now it's like, oh, we have an opportunity to go shopping here and you lose that time.
Yeah.
And it's like when you hear folks wanting to build that epicenter, right, of like downtown and all that stuff like that.
But I think that's how you see, like, you are from Marana. Marana's a part of you. I am. That's what people who are from Marana, who care about Marana and its values and its start, we all want the same thing. It's the people who don't know anything about what Marana really is. They think they know, or they want to change Marana. Like, that's all. Mayor Ed Honey, he was my mailman growing up. Like, and the way that he has impacted this community, I hope my son always knows who he is. And I hope that the people who want the change, don't want the change, know who he is and what he valued, because it's important. It's why people are doing the things they're doing right now.
Yeah.
But
we wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Ed Honey. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He pushed us to do broadcasting and he roasted me in the back room one time too. He's like, you need to go out there and be present and be seen.
Yep.
You're not going to succeed if you're just here all the time.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what, Ed? You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate during the meeting, somebody brought up his name in a bad way. And that was, and they have nothing to do with this community and they brought it up in a bad way. And I'm like, shame on you.
Of course.
You don't know the man he was and what he stood for. It's crazy.
Or what he's done.
Or all the people that are around. Yeah.
Because of him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyways, that's our educational piece for today. This event that's coming up.
Yes.
We're only a couple weeks away.
Yes.
We got to make some stuff happen.
That's right.
Okay. Let's bring that up one more time before we close out today. It's been a pleasure having Andrea on here. Valentine's Day Ball, February 14th at the farm. You don't want
to miss it. It's going to be fun.
Don't miss out. Be there.
And of course, people like, oh, it's expensive. I can promise you, you're not going to get that for less anywhere else.
Have you been out to eat lately?
That's what I ask people all the time. And they're the people that are out every week. But
yeah,
come or don't come, we're going to be there and it's going to be great.
Yeah, we had, like at our house, we just do one day during the week that we'll go and go eat out or pick up food or anything. Cause it's like, cause we have little kids too. Cause then you're paying $15 to $20 for some chicken tenders and fries. And you're like, this is a hard deal to go through.
This is tough. Yeah.
It's like, is it worth it?
Right.
I don't know. So
absolutely.
Yeah, there's no lose out on the price there, but yeah, we got a couple more minutes and I'm wondering if there's anything else you'd like to talk about, especially with your business or things you got going on in the future that you'd like to start kind of putting out there and get people thinking about.
So obviously like wedding season's
coming.
Married.
Yeah.
If you're getting married.
Oh, it's almost spring.
It's almost spring.
Is that the busiest time or am I just like way off?
No, it's still fall is the busiest time. Spring is, runner up. Okay. So we're going to gear up for that, which we are always excited for. Like weddings, it's hard to explain. No, you're not going to get this wedding planner, this J-Lo vibe. That's not what we're doing. It's not all butterflies and rainbows, but it's always the same, seeing two people bring their families together and have one of the best days of their lives. Like, it's incredible seeing these people and the love that they share, and they bring their own everything to it. That's my favorite part. Everybody does things a little bit different. Sometimes they're super unique and off the wall. Other times they're a little more subtle, but they always mean something to them. And I have done this for a very long time, and I'm not tired of it yet.
Yeah.
So we have the weddings, all of that. We always do a community event, which is in the fall. That one is kids welcome. We do bounce houses, face painting, all that kind of stuff. So it's fun for the family. But this one, yeah, we're excited about. It's new, it's different, but we like new. We like different.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure having you. And thank you so
you.
much. If you're considering looking for a wedding venue this year, it's a good spot. It's out in the country. I mean,
it is fun.
It's something different. And
yes,
sounds like it's got a different, the J-Lo vibe. It's so funny. You know, I've seen some really expensive weddings end in divorce pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking on what you spend on your wedding, but I'm just saying.
You can still have a fabulous wedding. Like I tell people on tours, you can have a great wedding and you don't have to take out a second mortgage. You don't have to spend $60,000 and all you have is a place, a food, and a DJ. Like, we customize packages. We do all sorts of things to make it affordable. I've been a bride. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You take a lot of the weight off their shoulders. It's really cool.
Yes, it's very awesome.
Well, thanks for what you do, and thanks for being here today.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you to Warrior Built for all the work they're doing with vets, and it's incredible. We need that. We need more stuff like that. We need to talk about things like that more and let people know about that. So, again, thank you so much for watching and listening today on the Marana Oro Valley Experience. Also want to give a shout out to Edgar Soto for jumping on today with Clint Peak. He's a really good friend of ours, and I wish him the best with everything that he's doing. And we will see you next week.